New subscriber. Okay. There we are. Greetings, everyone. Welcome to the Thursday night live stream. I see a lot of people. Let me make sure that Mr. Nightbot's awake. Come on, Nightbot. There he is. I hope everybody's... Nightbot. Yeah, Nightbot. He always takes a little bit of prodding, it seems, on the YouTube end of things. Yeah. Miss Morby, how are you this evening?
Doing okay.
Cool. I am minus a cut, so I expect he has forgotten the time. So yeah. Okay, we've got lots of folks. Oh, I see Todd Billett and Kieran Walker and Dallas Knapp and Taz A and Eric Cotier. I'm sticking with your name. I don't know otherwise. Yeah. Mr. Blom is here also. I hope everybody's had a really good week so far. Mine has been busy. I still have an error report, a memory dump from the LP server out to some of the Team Forge guys. I have not heard back from them yet, but we at least know what the cause is for the crashes we've been having on the Let's Play server, and we can avoid it. So that's at least one thing. Pied Piper says hello from Twitch. Hi, Pied. What's going on? So yeah, I'm doing good. Let's go ahead and switch over to in-game footage here real quick. If it's going to cooperate, it might not. Well, there it is. Oh goodness gracious. I am on ForgeCraft One this evening. For anybody that is not familiar with ForgeCraft One, it is a private, invite-only, whitelisted server. And I can see that the axe in the tree farm is dead again. Let's see. Yep. Needs repairing. And actually, I think... Do I have any more? Nope. Need more cobblestone. Hey, Mallrat, what's going on, man? I have a question for you. What bitrate is it that I stream at? Says Mr. Doug Daytona. I stream it. It's either 3200 or 3500. One of those two numbers. I can't remember. I think it's 3500. I stream it. Trying to remember if I have been doing. Yeah, I still stream at 720p. Technically speaking, I could stream at 1080p, but at the moment, if I did that, it would probably be unwatchable for most folks on the Twitch side of things. So I stream at 720p, and I do it at about 3200 bitrate. Seems to work good, so that's what I stick with. Let's put this in here and watch all the trees disappear. You will probably notice very, very quickly if you look at my hotbar, I'm missing something. I logged in and my casting device from Psy is gone. I don't know why. Yeah, well, the more distressing thing is I had some spells in there. Let me think. I think the important ones are here, but it definitely motivates me to do some enchanting and armor building with Indrio armor so I could get it enchanted and restore some functionality that I've lost because I don't feel like sitting down and recreating the spells. So, hey, Elpec, what's going on? How are you? You know, Elpec could actually log into the server if they wanted to. Barely fits. Oh, it's one of the new mugs. Okay, I'm actually gonna go sleep real quick. Wonder if your player file got corrupted. That's not a good thing. I have no clue. We have not actually. The last time that we had an update was before the last live stream. It was actually before Christmas. I've streamed at least twice since our last update, and I don't know why it is. It's normally right here, but it is gone. So I am going to have to make a new one if I can remember how to do that. Let's see. Where the hell did I log out? Atomic Blob's on the server. Let's see if I can remember. Okay. I'm going to grab this. I'm going to grab this. And I need to make an assembly.
Hi.
Mr. Cutts.
Hello.
What's happening? How are you?
I got a little bit carried away with Solaris.
You are a little bit robot-y, but that's okay.
You are a little bit as well.
Who, me?
Mhm.
Might be the Discord is having problems because you started doing robot-y.
Yay! Discord.
Yeah, well, it'll straighten out. It's usually not very long. Not in the system or in your bag. It is not in the system. If I go over here, if I do cast, empty, do you need help with any stuff? And it's not in here. I do not know where it went. Hey, Brad Batslaff, what's going on? And Donny Mims. Begram, are there any games that have not come out yet that you are looking for? Mine is Oxygen not included. I actually haven't been keeping track of new releases, like what stuff's supposed to be coming out. I haven't really done that in a while. So yeah. Also, hey, Dark Preacher. I don't know. I have no clue. Let's see. I gotta remember. There's 2 different ones of these. Projection, and I want bigger complexity, I think. Or do I want... Oh, dearie me. I can't remember if I went for higher complexity or higher projection. I think I did.
Has there been an update at
all? No, it has not.
New makes it faster for me.
Yeah, no kidding, right? Let's see. Sockets 12, bandwidth. I do believe I went with that one. Do I have any? Oh, right. Okay. I do have to get one of these spare guns that we've got here. I'm going to have to pull this out.
So what's going on? It sounds like you've lost the cat.
Mine vanished. Not sure why.
It's not in your bag.
What?
The golden bag.
Gee, I never would have thought to check there. Thank you very much, Mr. Cuts.
Sorry, I'm just thinking because, of course, there's been more time. No, sorry. It was because I was, because of missing last time, I completely forgot that there's been more time than I remember between you dying and me sticking everything in your bag.
No, I've had it since then. The last time I had it last live stream, and we have not had an update since then. It's just, I don't know. I logged in and I was standing roughly right about here-ish, and it was absentia. Give me just a minute, folks, to get some parts crafted. I think this is a diamond, right? Am I completely... Nope, not completely crazy. Get one of those and do that. And we can come over here. I can actually just get this and put that there. Doot. I need 2 more parts. In theory. I'm trying to remember. I don't need a colorizer. I need an ultra dense battery. Well, which means I need another diamond, of course. Thankfully, we have diamonds coming out of our ears. So, yeah. What is it you were messing with, Cuts?
Sorry? I'm muting you.
You were messing with something.
AE stuff. Told you me why I wasn't around immediately.
No. Right before you came in, you said I got busy messing with da-da-da-da-da.
Well, I got carried away with playing Stellaris with a friend.
Not even whitelisted. Yeah, whoopsie. Mr. Pahamar has to whitelist you, sorry. Let's see. The watching part, anyway? What?
We're talking about Astroneers and the first episode.
Oh, yeah, the one that just went out. Yes, I know. I know everybody else and their mother is actually doing a YouTube series on it. Don't care. It's an awesome game. So there. I think I need to make some.
As a side note, Mrs. Adrian, I just sent off an email with art for things.
Oh my!
Yay!
I suppose Mr. Blom says cuts. Yeah. Quick business thing. You know, we have lots of people on the Grimco Company store. We've got YouTubers like the Bromigos, like Craig Plays and Effect 2.0 and Dark Preacher, and we've got Fergusaurus Rex and all sorts of people. Well, a new addition to the actual merch store is Doom and Cuteness Incorporated, which is Miss Morbalara. So, yeah, you will be able to get her merch very, very soon and give her money for it, which will be nice.
Yes. Let me know as well if there's anything more you need from me. I think I sent all I need, but...
Yes, that is all Miss Moab's department, the wife.
What I miss?
She sent you art.
I was just saying, I hope I sent everything you needed.
Ah, well, as soon as it comes through, I'll let you know if it isn't.
Somewhere. I need to make sure. Yep, here it is. Okay. Got to make sure Blom actually has voice on the Discord server. It's going good tonight, Blue Fox. Thank you very, very much.
I do believe he's done this before, wasn't he, when he was doing the sheep?
Yes, he was. And I wasn't sure. We've had some shenanigans, some problems with Discord and permissions getting reset on a whole bunch of stuff, so I've had to recheck things periodically since then. Okay. I gotta remember. I need... Actually, I probably still need this stuff. I don't know why I put it away. I gotta remember, I want that, and that's gonna be a normal bullet. I think that's a normal bullet. Maybe? Can't remember. I don't need that. Do I need that? I need that. I need that. And I need that. Okay.
Okay, should be good now.
Hey, there he is.
Hello, everyone.
How you doing,
Hi.
Mr. Blom?
I'm doing good. I thought I'd log in and sort of see if there was anything I could do to help you guys with.
There have been threats of an AE system.
Ah, I've literally just been doing that on my brother's server.
I think that's right.
That would be.
I think that's right. I'm just going to make some extras. I don't know what I'm doing here.
How far are you, Cuts?
Barely. I built a crystal growth kind of setup
Oh, yep.
for the
in my
whole
brother's
mix
world.
growing thereof.
Yep. I just finished automating the inscriber on my brother's world, so I think I've got that down if you want some help with that.
I'd started setting that up too. That was what I started doing just before the end of the previous stream because I wasn't around on Tuesday.
Mm-hmm.
This is going to sound horribly American of me. I had no idea that Atomic was an accented person.
I am, in fact, Australian.
No.
That's an accent, yes.
Australian?
Australian.
From right in the middle, are you not?
No, that's where I was born. I live down in the south.
Put that on
But I'm going to
there.
PAX, so that's going to be awesome.
That's going to be a long flight. Good grief.
It's also very expensive to escape my country.
Yes. It's also expensive to get to your country, too. I've looked in the past.
Is this like an escape velocity kind of thing, or what?
Possibly. I'm not even sure. Are you going to PAX at all, like Vagram?
Oh, yes. We
Oh?
have a veritable
Awesome.
tribe of people going, yes.
There will be coffee.
Oh, yeah, I already know where all the coffee joints are.
Awesome.
Let's do...
We're involved. There's always coffee.
Coffee, yeah, no kidding, right?
Yeah, well, that's kind of been the thing for me is like, if I'm gonna come and visit Texas, like I have to catch up with where the hell am I? This looks like T-Love's old. No, what?
Okay.
I feel like I just teleported back a server.
Oh yeah, be careful that the various teleports might be set to various strange locations. Always check first and make sure it's not one of the void ones. You can get stuck there and killed.
Sneezy, sneezy.
Oh, cheers. Yeah, no,
Like,
I've ended up at what looks like a pirate cove or something, and I thought for a second that I was back at T-Love's base on the previous server.
Oh, there's T-Love's base from this server.
Is he not hanging out with Dire anymore?
They're not playing anymore.
They've not been playing for months.
Yeah. Leave it to Bagram to know where the coffee is. Exactly, Clyde Pepper.
I think you're just thinking the fact that it's like not really done a reset at all.
Well, you see, I always say is like, I'm at back south. Where's the coffee? Oh, Vagram's hotel room. That's where the coffee is.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
We know where the coffee joints are, and we will be bringing emergency coffee just in case. Wait.
Yeah, I think we're
Nice.
actually bringing the French press this year.
Yeah. Most likely. Blue Fox says, I wish
okay.
we could go to
You can
PAX.
do it.
I do understand, actually, not going to PAX. I get it. It's a big financial obligation. We literally have to plan every single year. As soon as this PAX is done, we have to start establishing if we want to go ahead and make a commitment for next year's PAX and start setting aside money immediately. It is a year-round thing. So it's not one of those just kind of like, thank you very much. It's not one of those month ago, let's, on a whim, let's go to PAX. No.
And that's
No,
why I won't be going to one anytime in the near future.
yeah.
Much as I'd like to.
And yeah, just as Blue Box says, Dire Soren and T-Love all stopped playing on the ForgeCraft server about a month ago. It was about the end of November, I think. Dire said Dire was the last one. T-Love and Soren stopped playing a week or two before that. Soren got too busy. He moved to.
I mean, fair enough. Going like
Yep.
across the continent.
Yeah,
Well,
where
it took him a while to actually get together a PC to play on, didn't it?
Moved to Finland.
Yeah, he went to. Where is it? He went to. Was it Sweden?
Finland.
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 Right, I knew it was something like that. So yes, they stopped playing weeks and weeks ago. Dire was the last one besides me and Cuts. Me and Cuts have been alone on the server for better part of a month, pretty much. Yeah. There are still bases and chunk loaders and automatic things set up for Dire and T-Love and Soren and Wild and We All Play Cast and Flame Goat. All those people are still using server resources, but they haven't been playing for months.
Yeah, no chunk loaders in my base.
I'm not using any server resources because I was lazy and didn't start in the first place.
Still
Yeah.
welcome. Come and join us.
Okay.
But I'm spending all of this in brewery floss trying to get ready for this cross stitch project I just publicly committed to.
What the hell have I just found? A monster spawner with a UU fairy. What?
Gee, I can't imagine who that might belong to.
I wonder.
Oh, right. This is a different version of the spell. Whoops. Meh, it works. I'm not going to whine too much. I do have my Tough Tunnel spell somewhere. Tip number 1, when you get into Psi, is export. When you make a really, really neat spell, export it to a text file. Yep, that works. Awesome. Which means I can do that. Nope.
Cannot find the teleport at Dire's base, so I'm swimming back.
Yep, that works. Oh, I forgot to put a... Did I? I can't remember. Anyway, whatever. I have to go outside to do this one. That is our massive power generation watermill stack thing. I will have to show you that, Mr. Cuts. Whee! Now, go find some bad guys and see if this actually
The
works.
water is probably quite a lot more efficient than the lava ones.
Here, zombie, zombie, zombie. Ew, come here. Really? You're funny looking. Come here. Wow, I think I hurt his feelings.
Keep forgetting how much better boats are in 1.10. Holy moly.
Yep, that works. Awesome.
Yeah, I find the steering a little sensitive, but beyond that, they're just so much better than they used to be.
Oh, right, I forgot. Hang on.
It's very hard to do very fine adjustments in course because you just tap the button and turn quite a large angle.
Yeah, I'm finding that as well.
But
Have we
besides
gone-
that, I mean, that's my only complaint, really. They're just so much better than they used to be.
I forgot I had my charms on, my charm bracelet. I can't tell how many there are in that, but
wonder if it'd be worthwhile making a mod to do like mouse steering.
Okay, I'm just gonna find. Oh, these will do. Actually, I've got a whole bunch of trees right here. Yep. Hello, Mr. Creeper. What, really? There you go. Just put it in his...
It can't be much different considering the other steering things already work by that way.
Whatever. Let's go back this way. Okay. I'm going to dump some stuff in the system. And then I'm going to catch up on chat. I saw you guys build the extra utils power gen. Amazing build. That was actually the dual chat with Twitch. Oh, hey, Atanchi. What's going on, man? How are you? Yes, I have dual chat with Twitch and YouTube. Thank you to Restream.io for doing that. They have an app that you can use where you connect to both chat services for both company or both streaming websites. And so I'm actually dual streaming to Twitch and to YouTube. Yes, and I forgot about my charm belt, preacher. But anyway, it's one of the benefits of the Railcraft Anchor and the unautomatable Ender Pearls. Actually, Brad Batzlav, that is if you turn that on. I can't remember if those settings are on or off by default. I think they're on by default, but I can't remember. And yes, I do actually kind of like that, having to log in. Even the chunk loader function in FTB Utilities has an option to require a player log in once every period of time for the chunk loading to stay in effect.
That's such a good idea.
Yeah, that would have been really, really nice right about now. At present, I have no method of hunting down chunk loaders. Chicken Bones was thoughtful enough when he made his mods that had chunk loading. He was thoughtful enough to put in a device or a / command for admins that would show you how many chunk loaders were active and even, I think, pinpoint by coordinates where they were, at least by chunk. So we don't have anything like that right now.
So I was just going to ask if we're using chicken chunks because somebody did update his mods to 1.10.
Yeah, they're not done.
We are not.
The way I do it overall in terms of a general chunk loading thing is, one, have things where only a single chunk is loaded. So like when you have a loader, it loads the chunk it's in and not the others around it. So you have control over exactly that. 2, 10 max loaded chunks per player. 3, if they've been offline for more than, I don't know, 48 hours, it turns off.
Yeah, that's one of the reasons why I like FTP Utilities, because you can do all of that. You can claim by individual chunk. You can set max limits to the number of chunks that people can claim total. So you could set it to 5 chunks, 10 chunks, 500 chunks, whatever you want to do. And you can set a time limit. It's a good mod. It works very, very well. Its biggest bug right now is the fact that it only works in vanilla dimensions, which means the nether, the end, and the overworld. That's it. It doesn't work in RF Tools dimensions.
That's a weird bug.
Now I remember what was going wrong, and it was the hopper hawk and the crystals.
Yep.
I never looked into it because I got sick.
For anybody that's asking, this is a new mug I got for Christmas. It says anything I say or do before coffee doesn't count. And yes, this thing holds about 28 ounces of coffee. It's epic.
We're using a hopper hawk for your AE stuff cuts.
Yes.
Yes.
I've had great success with the Ender IO vacuum chest.
You can't filter it.
You can.
How?
Well, then, probably as a filter slot.
It's got an item filter slot.
Oh my gosh, it does. That
is literally how I set it up this morning.
That is new. Well, hey,
I didn't use that because the recommendation that it didn't have that from Vagrant.
Yeah, that's new to me.
Lol.
Yeah, no kidding.
Right, because
There's no
speaking of which,
let me go get you an actual filter.
Since you know a lot about coding too, I'd like you at some point maybe to have a look at the hop hawk code because I think there might be a logic fault.
Oh, okay.
I'm not entirely sure because I'm not I'm not like 100% up on the operation order for bitwise operations
Oh yeah.
and stuff like that. Or not, well, it's not bitwise. It was just the Boolean ores and all the rest of it. I think what's happening is that it's refusing to pick up grown crystals. That's what's going on. And I think the reason that it's doing that is because there's a fault in the thing that's checking how old the item is. And it's basically saying always don't pick it up if it's beyond a certain age. And that never happens normally because nothing ever gets to that age and then changes to be a valid item. Only the crystals ever do. So I think it's been a problem that's gone unnoticed.
Yeah, that I wouldn't be surprised if that was a thing. I had a problem in Sheer Madness where because Blue was manipulating the age in a weird way that my sheep wouldn't find them.
Yeah, because there's meant to be a thing which prevents items that are dropped until they're a certain age from being picked up.
Yep.
But I think, and there is an upper limit as well, but I think it's short-circuiting and never doing, if it's less than this, it's never allowing it when it's beyond a certain age that says no.
Alright, I'll take a look.
But I don't really know the order of operations for that. I mean, I'd have just used a load of brackets, to be honest, to make sure. And there is
I'm generally the same.
What the heck?
But the way that I generally remember things is that, like,
I took Iron Bridge.
With and sorry.
No, go ahead.
When and operations are evaluated, both have to be evaluated. If it's if it's an or, then both need to be evaluated. If it's an and, then only the first one needs to be evaluated.
This is a string of like 6 ands and ors, all in one line.
Yep.
So I don't know which one's being evaluated when and in what order.
Yeah, so you basically start at the left, and if it's an and, then you only evaluate the first one. If it's an or, then you do that one. And so if the next one is ored with something else, then you sort of follow the same rules. So it goes left to right. Pretty sure that's how it works.
Okay. Mr. Cuts has got a vacuum chest and an advanced filter now.
Yeah, I think it would only need a normal filter. I was going to say, because I just made 4 normal filters for things. It only needs to filter 4 items.
Yeah, sorry, Vagram, that was my bad. It literally does not accept an advanced filter.
It doesn't accept an advanced filter?
It does not accept an advanced filter at all.
What? Did you make
accept a normal one?
It doesn't accept a normal one?
No, it doesn't accept advanced. It will accept normal by the looks of it.
Oh. Did you make one?
The icon, they kind of...
Yeah.
That's the thing you can't see when it's very faded out, because I assume you can't really see much of a difference in the icon between the two, besides the right one being lighter.
Yeah, there's actually no room on the UI for an advanced filter. Like, you'd have to redo the UI to support that.
Do you need me to make a basic one for you, or did you make one?
I could make one here. I mean, there is a terminal up here I put a grid for the refined storage up here, so I can just access it where I am.
Okay. Okie dokie. I am going to...
I wonder if then I can still get away with 6 growth accelerators by just hoovering it up out of the water when it's done.
I have not tried that. Like, I've been using 4. One for the... I've got a formation plane dropping them, and I've got a...
you see, I'm avoiding that many things. We've got a hopper leading into an open crate, dropping them into the water. And I'm wondering if one of the 4 bits of glass that I have between the crate and the accelerators can be replaced so that it sucks it up and then sideways into it.
Yeah, you'd have to try it. Because I do notice that, like, because I've got the vacuum chest with just a range of 1, so it's not picking up stuff it's not supposed to, but that does cover the diagonals.
Preacher, you should have mod on the Twitch side, by the way. I literally can't... What? Go away. Okay. Okay, there we go. Awesome.
Oh, into the vacuum chest. Of course, because I didn't pick up the vacuum chest.
Okay. Yeah, apparently we have some, no one's there to whitelist me, so I guess I'm not joining you guys. You could ping Bahamar.
Already did.
Oh.
Yeah.
Whoops, never mind. Welcome to ForgeCraft? Question mark?
Harsh.
Harsh but true.
It is.
Access.
Yeah.
Oh. Next time Parma says, what should I do? I'll be like, yeah, what, the pick.
Okay. Hey, Miko, what's going on? Apparently we have some nasty folks stepping in on the Twitch side today. Pied Piper says, I won't make you use it on me. Probably a wise notion. Go over here. While Mr. Cuts is automating some things. Are you still lost on the server somewhere, Blom?
I am 400 meters from my home.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Almost there.
At least you're not lost.
No, thank God for Journey Map.
Let's see. The longest time I have been using what I like to refer to as my blooming onion armor. And it has been very good to me, but oh my goodness.
Armors have layers.
Okay, that's actually pretty funny. I just noticed when you dig out one of the storage drawers,
Mm-hmm.
when it's locked, the actual lock icon has a tiny little block break icon on it.
Yes, that is hilarious. That makes me wonder what they did to cause that.
Okay. Apparently, I need to do some house cleaning. I'm discovering a lot of clutter in our wine storage system. Boo.
Sheep, where are you going, sheep? How did you escape your leash?
3 for that.
Come back. He's flying away.
I'm thinking I might be able to do this entire growing thing on 4 channels. That's to say, all of the inscribers as well.
You lost me.
That would be impressive.
Well, you see, most of it doesn't need to use many channels. You just need
Actually,
3 level emitters to manage the 3 crystals to grow, and 1 for an interface that drops all the recipes into a traditional sorting system that puts them into the appropriate machines they need to go into, and then they all get put back into that interface.
Oh yeah. I think I made a little sub-network.
Hey, Lord Armand, what's going on? The sheep is flying away. Yes, actually, it is a sheer madness sheep, which basically means you can give it flight properties.
At the very least, you need the 3 level emitters to be attached to the main network so they can be used in representing for crafting.
Yep.
Literally flying.
Why would you give a sheep flight powers?
Well, the whole point of anything with sheer madness is basically why not?
Exactly. Why wouldn't you?
Because it'll fly away.
Which it literally did.
Yeah, it just did. You lost the sheep to... What, did you fly up into the sky?
No, it's an old bug that I give the sheep a hover height, and the hover height was just at the limit of a leash. So, like, if they bounced the leash a little too hard, the leash would snap.
Oh.
Question.
Answer.
Is that sheep in the game forever now?
Well, I mean, it will just keep traveling until it encounters an unloaded chunk.
Well, yeah, but I mean, it'll keep going up out of reach forever.
No, not out of
Basically.
reach. It'll continue to hover 10 blocks above the ground.
Oh, right, okay, like that. I thought you meant like when it was idle attached, it would endeavour to stay near, but if it bounced, it would break off. But that's funny.
No,
Hey.
no.
Hey, Draco Xenocracy, what's going on? Yeah, he was just describing how it doesn't just keep going up and up like what balloon would. It hits a certain height, a hover height, and just kind of sits there.
Well, I mean, technically, even a balloon is only going to go so high because of the atmosphere.
In Minecraft?
No, in real life.
We're talking about Minecraft here, Blom. We're talking about flying sheep.
How dare you bring real physics into this?
I'm sorry.
The gall, the nerve. I'm waiting for all my dark iron to process. Yes, and Dark Preacher does wear a lot of hats. Dark Preacher and Shadowstar, WDS, and oh gosh, Greylock and Sean W. Com. I have a whole bunch of guys that are my my trusted moderators on YouTube and on Twitch. And if I did start broadcasting to Beam, they'd be moderators over there too. And yes,
So
I did have a good Christmas.
Where do I have to? Sorry, where do I have to dial to get to your place?
Ooh, that's a thing. Do you even have permission?
What do you mean permission? We didn't lock it down. It's called Forest House.
Did. Actually, I
Forest?
did when I first made it. I gave it specific permissions. It's not everyone visible.
Oh, okay.
Okay, well, Cuts can actually fix that for you.
Lol.
It's because the house was initially a secret.
It was a bad secret, just for the record.
Yeah, you found out like 5 minutes after you came on.
Yeah. It's called The Forest. I wouldn't have gone there on a teleporter in the first place, so...
At the time, you
why
didn't
lock
have
it
access
down?
either.
So it's not the one called Shh then.
Nope.
No, what you noticed that I had a power card in there going somewhere mysterious that you didn't know where it was, and I had to admit that I'd had a secret set up here, and I'd started building the foundation of the house before you even knew.
Yeah, about 30 minutes before I even knew.
Well, I mean, I'd started it a while beforehand.
You were hiding a secret from a whole bunch of people that don't care about it. Yes, I did care about it, but it still affected the rest of the server. Yeah, you lost me. The only thing I was using our teleporter to go back and forth between at that point in time, I think...
The more fun part is I can't remember how to do the permissions.
You type their name into it and hit enter.
Yeah, but like, I can't remember where you do that.
You go over here.
Oh, there it is.
See,
Oh,
and
it's
you
in
see
the
where it
UC.
says access public? And like right over
Okay, you
here,
said that.
this says access public now. We have an entire server to ourselves. There's no point in security. Literally no point in security.
Yeah.
Got to keep them Sorens out, you know. The only time Soren ever came over to bother me was right after he figured out Super Circuit Maker and he wanted to show something off. As soon as you say, hey, that's neat, he goes, yeah, isn't it? And he disappeared 5 minutes later. That was it. I have never seen him at my base ever in the entire existence other than that one isolated incident. And when I was living in a chicken, he came over to confirm how crazy I was and then left. That was a 2-minute visit. He doesn't bother me. He likes bothering Dyer because Dyer can't stand him. I mean,
Honestly, the only person I've ever felt there was a need for a security system to keep away with on ForgeCraft hasn't been on the server in years, so moot point.
the only person I would be worried about setting up something really like evil and malicious is Tema, and he doesn't know who I am, so I'm safe.
Oh, he doesn't do evil and malicious. He does quietly exploitative.
Exactly. Tema is not evil and malicious, but he will giggle at your failures.
Point of note,
And he
I
will
will
be
remind-
ruthless if you make an enemy of it.
I will remind the court of some of the pranks that he pulled on Direwolf that he initiated, and Direwolf did not. Exactly. I rest my case. So, he's the only person that I'm actually worried about on the server. Nobody else cares about me. I'm just some guy. You know, I'm not important enough or interesting enough.
So, to be fair, though, like,
Yes.
I was seriously considering coming to your base and populating with a whole bunch of infiltrator sheep. That was a thing I was going to do.
What are infiltrator sheep? Dare I ask?
You know infiltrator sheep. That's when you get marble and you chisel it onto a sheep. And it comes out looking like a Vagram mob. The Coop Street Mafia.
Oh, right. Yes, that's right. I forgot about that. Yes, the chicken sheep. That was hilarious. I still
I
need
was-
to make
I
use
was-
of that.
I was totally going to fill your base with them.
That's productive. I could kill them and turn them into wool. I would not classify that as malicious. Yeah,
No, but it'd be funny.
it would
the
be
one
funny.
prank I ever pulled on ForgeCraft, Jaded Cat and I completely wallpapered and carpeted Pahimar's house with bright pink and magenta micro part covers.
Yeah.
We waited him for show up and then we took it all down and took it away.
Yeah.
It's the one prank I've ever done on
The one prank that I've ever actually been involved in that never actually made it to completion was we've on one of the servers we had like a bedrock box where someone had put up lava generation for hooked up to a tesseract, and I can't remember exactly why, but me and
Dire
someone
done
else.
it to prevent the lag from the nether being drained of lava.
Yeah, so someone who I'm not going to mention just for their safety, we managed to figure out a way to get into the box, and we filled the lava line with poo.
I remember that. That was fun.
Yeah.
I remember when you did that. That was a good laugh.
Yeah, and when I state that I'm nobody important, nobody cares, I'm not self-degrading. It's not that I think that I am some useless individual. It's the fact that ForgeCraft is primarily it's a community. Secondarily, it is a testing server, and it is one of the biggest testing grounds and communication grounds for a lot of really cool and interesting mod makers. So more than 3/4 of the conversation nowadays, at least, is mod conversation and code this and forge that and da-da-da-da-da. So I don't speak that
more
language.
than 99% of the conversation, so yeah.
Yeah, I don't speak that. So that is one of those things where I am out of the loop. So nowadays I am less involved in a lot of the conversation that's happening because I don't understand it. So, you know, it's one of the things. This is not me degrading myself. This is just a factor of I'm not a mod author. So I'm kind of
I found
you know.
Yeah, I've found the ForgeCraft community has actually gotten quite large in that, like, there's actually, like, I don't actually know everyone in ForgeCraft nowadays, but I sort of know, like, pockets of people as well.
I thought ForgeCraft was huge when I joined, and I want to say there was, like, less than 40 people when I joined. There's a lot more now.
This is actually quite clever, Cuts. I don't want to steal this idea.
Okay, there's that one.
I mean, it just made sense. I mean, never seeing people do it with AE just made no sense when you have other ways of moving the items because it all costs power. This costs barely any power because it
That
uses very
one.
little of the actual stuff.
That one.
The interface would be here. I'm only putting this in temporarily.
I was actually just wondering how you were going to power this. You're just going to run like an ME line down to the bottom of this and just power up the stack?
How did that go into the... No!
Yay for
heard-
hoppers.
I heard that. No, Poe. Whoops, wrong thing.
I forgot to
go.
put a filter in there. It wasn't meant to go in there. It's meant to go over here like it is now. This is me testing that and I forgot this was connected.
I need an anvil.
Yep.
Okay.
The other thing that I like about this setup, Cuts, is that, like, you don't actually need, like, your silicon circuits to actually leave, like, your little place in here because they're not used anywhere except in an inscriber anyway.
Dude, what am I?
That is true. That's why I set it up differently before. Of course, I had a thing where... Okay.
Because generally, like, I've had, like, a fifth inscriber to actually... So what I did was I had to always pipe inscriber plate circuits into one of them and redstone.
Oh.
And then the ME interface was literally just to put in, like, either the logic, the calculation, or the third
Okay.
circuit.
Yeah, I've done that before.
So, I don't need that. I
I
don't
can do it
need
again
that.
here, actually. I mean, there's no reason why I couldn't pipe the output of this back to the box and have it going from...
Uh,
The thing is, then again, you don't even need to use an export bus because
Okay.
an interface will present a number of stuff.
Yeah.
Mm. Um. Yeah, Blue Fox says, you are here to make sure that mods are friendly, user-friendly, and colorblind friendly. Pretty much. I'm good at that.
And that is a seriously important thing, though.
Yes.
Well, you're here to entertain me too. This is even more important.
Fly, creeper, be free.
Flying creeper?
Yep.
Good lord, that sounds scary. Oh, that was your sigh.
Yeah, that's my side spell. I am making them fly only temporarily. They use it. They lose it a split second later. Hiya!
There we are. I was like, where the heck are the energy conduits? I couldn't see them on my own back.
Okay.
Actually, the charger is something I haven't automated yet. I'm curious to see how you do that.
Same way, you just pipe things in and out, top and bottom.
Okay. We are not collecting experience anywhere, are we? Mr. Kutz?
No. Well, yes, down at the old. Oh, did you take out the old spawner? I think we got rid of that, really.
The one in the basement of the old house?
Yeah.
It's there. I don't think I think I picked up some of it. I don't know. Let me go look.
Have
First,
you got like an experience obelisk or something?
I just emptied it out.
I've got
Well,
21 levels you can have.
That's not true. Actually, yeah, we do have one sitting on top of our soul binder. Let's see. I was gonna do this.
There you go.
Where'd it go?
Shut up and take my levels.
Thank you. Gladly. I'm going to plow through all of them.
What the heck? How did that?
Why?
Oh. Of course.
Cuts. Words are your friend.
I was wondering where on earth the pressed silicon had gone. It ended up in the bottom press because there's no filter on that one yet.
Oh.
Correct.
Okay.
That's to say, you should know this, Cuts. You're the one that made the PSA for me.
Doot. 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 And suddenly I'm using about 10 less frames per second. We do have this guy over here.
Wait, what? I didn't know that you could use RF directly on these things.
Oh, thanks.
Yeah.
Oh, I totally made sure that I was using ME power for mine.
Same with the charger. But then you know that one already because...
Yeah, the charger I knew.
Though the charger will take it from an ME network as well.
Okay. I can... Actually, yeah, I'll put this away over here for the time being. Super glowy armor is neat and everything, but... Got protection 3 on it. That's something to be said. Let me see. I need to get a tank. Wait a minute. Oh, that already has some in it. Perfect. I'm going to put you right there. And I'm going to go pull. There we go. It's building up. Awesome. Okay. And yes, I have a spell that applies physics to mobs. It's awesome. So, anyway.
What were you saying about physics in Minecraft again?
Exactly. I can make them fly, but only temporarily. As soon as they get up into the air, they lose the flight ability, which means they have a very tragic impact with the ground. Hilarious and
It's
tragic.
Minecraft physics, so it's okay.
Yeah, exactly.
It's all good. If you really want, I can make it so you can chisel a creeper.
Yeah, I am going to get this chisel a creeper. That's a horrifying concept. I'm going to get this tank and run back over and see if I can get some more experience going over at the other mob farm. I don't care about the stuff that's being dropped. I just want the XP. Of course, the question will be, is it actually going to use the thing that's in there? Because we originally made that as an exploitation of the system, so Hey, it does work. It's still using the bound blade. Way hasn't fixed that yet.
I'm not sure it's possible to fix that.
Oh. Show range configuration. I do believe we have a problem with... I don't think that the Killer Joe actually picks up and puts down. I mean, picks up XP anymore. I'm literally not sure that it does it. Because it does not have anything on its interface to do that anymore.
Okay, test.
So I'm just going to stand here for just a second.
So we got a charged crystal.
Does the chiseled creeper still
Me.
hiss? Oh, hey, there's an idea. Mallrat 208 says, chiseled creeper using firework charges make them explode into pretty shapes. I can get behind that.
That is a cool idea.
See? Yeah. Also, I need to make sure we get LPEC whitelisted. I think Raul's already been on the server, so he's whitelisted. Isn't there an XP vacuum to do that now? Is there? I don't know. Pick up the XP, that is.
Yeah, there totally is.
If there is, these are new changes to Ender.io that I am not aware of. Like new as in less than the last month. Forestry species item filter upgrade. That's new. Let's take a look at Ender.io and see what interesting and new stuff it's got. Open computers, network conduits. ME cables are back. That's interesting. ME conduits, I mean.
I think they just came back pretty much for free once Applied Energistics updated, didn't it?
Yeah, it would not shock me if it did. Vacuum chest, farming station, the vat.
Oh, looking good, cuts.
There you go. One automated charger.
Okay, Sterling, tractor, aversion obelisk, weather obelisk, which is awesome. You can use it to mess with people on the server. Experience obelisk. So there's an experience vacuum now. Is it a block or what?
Yeah, I'd imagine it's like the vacuum chest.
Wait. Tiny inventory system storage, small inventory system storage, medium inventory system storage, big, large, huge, enormous, warehouse, extended warehouse. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, I have no idea what any of that is or how it works.
Jeez, I know what I'm doing tomorrow. Okay. Decorative blocks. You know, this stuff is decorative blocks.
And you have to craft each one in a stage from the one before. Oh, goodness.
It's very AE, isn't it? 64k, anyone?
Well, yeah, but you don't build the entire storage cell. You just do the storage component. It's like building the entire storage cell and then adding more stuff onto that.
I will remind you that you wanted to swap to this.
No, I'm in the Ender.io one.
Oh, wait a minute. Which one? The storage things?
Those yeah, you have to build the very first one and then upgrade each one over and over.
Oh, yeah, that doesn't shock me, actually. Okay.
That is a lot of iron.
A lot of what? Iron? Yeah.
Yeah, so each tier is like the three little square thing. Each of those is like 8 iron bars plus a...
No, each one of those...
That makes 16.
Yeah, that makes 16.
Sorry, what I meant is like there's 4 iron in the machine chassis. Then there's the iron bars, and then around the thing, it's surrounded by 8 iron bars.
Yeah, no, it is a fair amount of iron per.
Oh, but it does make 16. Sorry, I see what you're saying.
Yeah, I am curious though, how much they store. That kind of has me curious now. Let's see, XP. What do I get if I do XP? Oh, there it is. Okay, XP vacuum. That is a thing now. That's really weird.
I'd love to know why the Ender.io filters when you have it set on whitelist and you have nothing in the whitelist. It just accepts everything instead of accepting nothing.
Pass. I have noticed that though.
I just did. Annoying.
Well, I mean, you saw it down here on the bottom inscriber.
At the time, that didn't have a filter in it.
Give me just a second.
Oh, no, it
have-
did.
It did.
We have a lot
So
of
it did.
hostile people here. I don't know
Oh,
why.
joy, glass shard.
Look, I'm trying not to be hostile to cuts.
No, not you. In chat, we actually have a whole bunch of people that are being super nasty, and I'm not sure why. Yeah, latest development version of Ender.io, I'm guessing. Yeah, because we have a version that's, when I put the, one of the more recent versions in to test a couple of days ago, I don't remember seeing any of this stuff. So, I mean, this must be super recent.
No, it can't be that recent, because, like, I've got all of that stuff in, my mod pack.
Really?
I released my mod pack, what, a couple of weeks ago? Oh, pardon me.
What is an empty whitelist on this filter except everything? Just put something in the whitelist, Cuts. Okay.
I ended up changing it. It was already fixed. Yeah, I don't get that. That's weird.
Zoom. My theory is it should default to blacklist, and that way, an empty blacklist blocks nothing. I can't talk this evening.
Blacklist?
Blacklist.
A
Blacklist.
Blacklist?
What's a blacklist?
A wascally blacklist.
Say we blacklist. Okay, I'm actually gonna sync all that experience in there and come back to experience problem later.
Oh, that's a cool idea, Cuts. Oh, I hadn't even thought of that.
That's what I meant about the sucking up and in.
Yeah, no, I hadn't even considered that, because I could still do that with my formation plane thing as well.
Okay. Yes, wow, the stupid is deep tonight. Exactly. We are right in between Christmas and New Year's, which basically means that a lot of people got off school. Yes, please. A lot of people got off school for they get out of school for the holidays, for Christmas, and then are immediately swept away towards family events and whatnot to keep them busy. Thank you. There's a little bit left in there, but so basically, as soon as the holiday ends, they get involved in Christmassy stuff. Christmas hits, and okay, then right afterwards, they have nothing until New Year, basically. So they are back home. They're out of school. There's tons of kids that are basically going to step in and cause a lot of problems, which means, unfortunately, who unlocked the psych ward doors, says Blue Box, not far off. Yeah, unfortunately, it's going to be a situation where probably going to have the same kind of problems on New Year's Eve. By the way, I am going to be doing a live stream on New Year's Eve. No, I don't know what I'm going to be doing, but I will be live streaming something, air quotes.
Looks like I have to use the advanced filter for that one because I need 6 items to go in here instead of 5.
Yeah, it does suck. Anyway, I've just been informed by Wifey Thing that it's time for me to tag team. She's coming home from work and I'm got to head to work, so
Cool.
I will step into chat and I will see you guys as the stream progresses.
Thank you very much for stepping in with us, Mr. Atomic Blom. I don't know if I should
Well,
call him Atomic or Steve.
Oh, either or.
Okay.
Either or. But like technically, I'm only working half days until PAX, so I might be able to join you guys a bit more often.
Cool. That's awesome. You are coming to PAX, and I have coffee and I think cookies on the list for you.
Cookies?
Yes, we make cookies. We bring.
I'm trying to figure out what I need to bring from Australia. Like,
you could bring some Vegemite on a dare.
I was about to say, I'd say Cletho, but she's already here.
Yeah.
I do need to bring. I have a stuffed kangaroo to give Sasha Varel, so I hope he's going to PAX.
It's circumstantial. Sasha Varel, he hates people. And I can sympathize on some days. So he's not always a PAX person. It's kind of circumstantial. But we'll see.
If I can't give it a Sash, then at least if I can give it a Cletho, that'll work.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure she's going to be there. I call him Blom, says Bridget. Yeah. Blue Box says you'll be working New Year's Eve. You have my deepest sympathies. So, but yeah, thanks for stopping by, Atomic. I appreciate it.
So good, Matt. It's good to see you.
Mm-hmm. See you later.
Take it easy.
Tell the kids we said avocado.
Colin, Vagram says avocado. He says ew.
Exactly. Kid after my own heart. Yeah, ew, exactly. Atomic Bloom. Atomic Bloom sounds like a really dangerous flower from Botania.
It really does.
That or a bad sci-fi channel movie. Something about plants taking over. Yeah, I can see that.
I believe that if my first name was Orlando or something.
Orlando Bloom? Oh, that's bad, man. You need to get put down for that one.
I'm going.
Bye. Elpec says, I'm still sitting here with my Minecraft instance open. Elpec, I don't think it actually helps if you stare at it. Draco Xenocracy is sponsored. Thank you very much for the sponsorship, Mr. Draco Xenocracy. I greatly appreciate it. New sponsor! Come to the dark side. We have cookies. I still want one of them shirts.
And this is the new mug.
Yeah, see, Mallrat 208. Oh, it's the new mug. There you go. Thank you. Whee. Mallrat 208 says it's definitely a Fallout plant. I could see that as being a plant from Fallout 4, totally. Now let's see if I can actually lift this thing. Oh, God. This is one of the new mugs for Christmas. It's actually got a measuring tapes around it. It's great. I love it. Good coffee. Yeah, I got a lot of coffee mugs for Christmas. Shocker. Okay. So now, Mr. Cutts, do you have this set up, figured out yet? Is it doing?
Mostly, it will do stuff provided power. Like if you put the appropriate input bits from the recipes for the components of the processors, or the crystal, or the pieces of Fluix crystals into that chest up there, they will all get processed and put back into the chest currently.
Okay. So, yeah, that means that we could start making the parts for making the parts, yes?
Almost. You have to manually assemble. Well, we need another inscriber and to have that set up for the recipes for pressing the actual circuits into finished things. Or it doesn't need even the recipes; they do it automatically. But and then the effective, then the interface would provide redstone and silicon. And then what you do is you would just have the recipes for the processes be the appropriate single item, be it a purified crystal or a gold ingot or a diamond.
Okay.
And the whole thing should put it together, though I haven't put the bit where it assembles it yet. That's the next thing to do.
Let me ask you this. We have been making an AE2 system for the better part of a month. Can we make it work yet?
To be fair, I think it's been 2 streams while I've been here, including this one.
You remember when we were going to set up an AE2 system to autocraft photovoltaic cells?
Yeah, and then never did because it got distracted with the thing instead.
Yeah,
that started on it.
That was a month ago. So yes. Okay. Then while you are still working on that, considering going on a killing spree in the Nether, because I need actually that's one thing I need to do. I have a sword that is made out of some unknown witchcraft substance. Let me see if I can make some of this. There's a mod that I miss, by the way. What?
There's a mob you miss?
Yeah, a mod that I miss. It's called witchcraft.
Mod. I heard mob with a B.
It had mobs in it. technically. But yeah, I miss Witchcraft. Witchcraft was cool. Let's make one of them. I need to stick it in the oven and to cook it. I think. Oh, yay. More dark steel. Woohoo! There it is. Which means now I can get over here and fix this wonderful sword of mine. Put that there. Put that there. Dun-dun-dun. Awesome. Okay. Does this need fixing yet? Yes, it does. Wow, just in time. Okay. I don't know why I'm still running this tree farm.
Piper is asking if you meant witchery.
Yes.
Yes, witchery, witchcraft, whatever.
I thought it sounded wrong, but I couldn't work out how.
It's been a long time since I've actually messed with it, so yes, I meant witchery. Witchery was a cool mod. I liked witchery. It had a lot of really different things. That's one of the reasons why I'm fascinated by Roots. I think Roots is a mod with great potential. By the way, Ellicent, the author of Roots, hangs out on the League of Ordinary Gamers Discord, and there is discussion about a total rework of Roots from the ground up, and basically making better use of the mechanics that are in the mod, and things like that. But Roots was different when it came out. You know, it's kind of like, what was the mod in 1.89 that came out where you could possess people? You would rip their spirits out and put it in the Well of Souls. You know what I'm talking about, Cuts? I think it was made by Algo.
I never played with it.
But you remember what mod I'm talking about, right?
Say again? Sorry, I was reading everything at the same time.
You remember what mod I'm talking about, though, right? Where you could put people in a bone cage and rip their souls out and put those souls to use.
Yeah, that was Intangible, and I think it was by the same guy who did Witchery, wasn't it?
Yeah.
That sounds horrible and painful.
Yeah, it was. Intangible. Thank you very much, Dark Preacher.
Why did you say that? But yeah, I never played with it. It was on 1.8 briefly, and I never actually managed to get around to the point on the 1.8 version where I was able to play with that.
Yeah, no kidding. Tell you what, we got some real uppity people on live streaming tonight. Woo! MNF made Intangible and Witchery, yes, and that's one of the reasons why I loved Intangible, but Intangible came out, and it was a sign, basically, that Witchery probably wasn't going to get updated. So it's kind of like, I'm happy, but I'm sad. And yeah, I would love to see Witchery get a port to 110 or 111. Yeah. I mean, Intangible, yeah, or Witchery. Yeah, I really did like Intangible because it was so different. There were so many mechanics that were so interesting. A lot of that stuff that I kind of saw, that same glimmer in Witchery as I did in Intangible, where it was, you know, that different kind of a vibe. There was different ways to craft things and different ways to, you know, do whatever. I thought that was really neat. I thought that was very cool. So yeah, it does make me kind of, you know, happy to see mods like that, but it also makes me a little sad in that it means that there might be something from that same author from a previous version of Minecraft that never gets updated again. Which is kind of, you know, that sucks. Let's see. Armor everywhere. Spectral rails. Wow, that sounds creepy. Oh. Okay. My Minecraft just kind of stopped for a second there. Yeah, I never got a chance to play with Intangible. Exactly. I don't even know if it got released to the general public. I think some versions of it did, but... And yeah. Also, Donny Mim says, I've never reported so many people in one session. I will not be as optimistic to say that. I have actually banned more people in one session before. It just, you know, it comes and goes in waves. It's one of them things. Yes. I have been doing the same thing on the Twitch side, so Okay, let's see. I had the thought of maybe diversifying the kind of armor that I've got. There we go. Terra Steel armor, meta Terra Steel, much like its Mana Steel counterpart, can utilize mana from inventory instead of taking damage. This armor, however, has properties more like diamond instead of iron. Yeah. I don't know how complex this stuff looks, though. Of course, I do need to make Mana Steel armor first. Okay, I'm going to start there. Because I have a whole boatload of pre-made Mana Steel. I can cheat. Yeah. Dude. Let's get this. Nah. Okay. Now I need to look at...
Little Snoop Dogg is asking what microphone you're using, and I can't remember.
Little Snoop Dogg says, what microphone are you using? I am using Neewer. It's N-E-E-W-E-R. It is basically an NW1500. They have a 1500 model and a 700 model. Mr. Dark Preacher, one of my moderators, uses the 700 and I use the 1500. The difference literally is, let me see if I can get it over here. You can see, nope, you can't. The plug is right here, and it's one of those big XLR plugs that's used by audio equipment. It's not just a standard headphone jack or a USB cable. The 700, the Neewer 700, has really good quality sound, but it's a USB plug-in. This is actually audio equipment. So I have a little mixer board right down between my two monitors. Periodically, I have to glance back and forth between it to make sure that I have things set. But for the most part, all my audio equipment plugs into that, and then that plugs into my computer via USB. So yeah. By the way, you can go to, I think I have a link somewhere. Maybe. Yeah, if you go to kit.com/Vaygrim, that is KIT. Like, what kind of kit are you using? You go to kit.com/Vaygrim. I actually have a lot of my audio equipment set up there, including what board I use, what microphone I have, I think my video card, my CPU, a whole bunch of my hardware is set up over there, and it's linked to be able to buy it on Amazon. If you buy it through Kit, I get a little bit of a kickback. It's a cool thing. I like the website.
This is where I make a bad joke. If I'm not using a kit, I have to go to Michael's to get all my thread tomorrow. Different kind of kit.
Exactly. Oh, 700 is not USB. I'm sorry. Oh, I thought it was. Mine is XLR cable on the bottom, and it came with an XLR to USB adapter. Or no, an XLR to audio jack adapter. But don't use those. You would need a phantom power box. Plug it into, but yeah. It's really good. I like it. Draco says XLR as it should be. Yeah. Oh, Shadowstar, you have the 700 also? I forgot. Yeah. Yeah, I need phantom power as well. Exactly. Even if you are changing it from XLR down to an audio cable, you still need phantom power, and the standard audio jacks don't give you that. So, okay. I'm curious what kind of a crazy person I look like with this armor on. I don't know. Oh, we have the render baubles thing checked. Blech. Okay. I'm trying to decide which route I want to go, if I want to make some of the higher end Botania armor, or keep poking around with some of the Endurio stuff, because my Endurio stuff is limited. In order to make any of it, I need to... Wow, I'm losing a lot of frame rate suddenly. In order to make any of it, I need a lot of experience, and I do not have a method for collecting experience set up right now. So... let me think. We don't have gold spikes in there. We have diamond spikes. No, come here. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and stick with this and see if I can at least upgrade some of it. Oh, thank you, Breach, for adding commands. Yeah, you have to add it separately because technically speaking, Nightbot is 2 separate instances on both sides of the fence. So I have to double up all of my commands. You would have to add it manually over there as well.
That Nightbot is a Nightbot.
Yeah, I'm not really keen on Nightbot lately. He's been... it is harder to get the reliability you once used to be able to get. Specifically because... Yeah, okay, there we go, living wood. Oh, I have a big stack of it down here. Because it has to... You cannot tell it to join your channel or whatever. It's not always there. It on the YouTube side of things, it will only join your channel once it has detected that you've gone live. So it has to watch your live stream feed in order to detect, and that detection process is not bulletproof, not even close. So, yeah.
That just does not sound optimal.
No, it's not. It's not close to optimal, unfortunately. Oh, let me go sleep real quick. And then we can see if we can get some of this better Botania armor set up one by one. So, yeah. Yeah. I have all of my stuff listed over there on Kit. It's really good. Like the stuff that I'm using. I've been very pleased with it. I can't remember how to make a tear steel ingot. Oh, right. I'm going to need some... Oh, crap. I'm going to need some diamonds. I'm going to need some ender pearls. And I'm going to need some... Wow, I wonder how many I should get. Yeah, I guess I'll do that. Let's get a whole bunch of iron. Ender, I have to do 4 of these? Yeah, that's right. I can math. So, Miss Morvey, if the server resets on, let's say, shortly after New Year's, like before PAX South, would you join in after the reset, or are you still going to sit back and wait and see what kind of mods we have?
It's one of those things I want to say yes, but January is also going to be a very busy month for me.
Right.
So I am unsure if I would be able to live up to such a statement.
So it is a very solid maybe.
Yes. So definitely maybe.
It's definitely
Close
maybe.
enough.
Yeah, close enough. I'll take a maybe. As it stands right now, I'm pretty sure that if we reset right after New Year's, I think even Mr. Direwolf would probably be hard-pressed to squeeze the series in. I think, maybe. I don't know. It depends. Dire just got invited to the Nerd Fusion server that's running the Direwolf 20-pack. And I think he is having a well and true blast doing that, so, which is awesome. Get some blocks of coal. I'm going to drop them over there. I think I can do one more. Maybe? Yep, there we go. Awesome. Tons of power. And I can also do... Yeah, that was one sandwich tossed out, and the Gormarillas is half full. Whew. Wow. Flower's awesome. I love that flower. Flower. Okay. Making tons of things. Whoop, overdid it. Ran out of mana. Okay, gotta wait. Let's wait a sec. Mallrat says, I'll join you in spirit. Yeah, Mallrat's of the same kind of accord. He's the kind of person that doesn't like people. I'm hip. I get it. Going to a large convention center full of... Oh, hey, Seconder, what's going on? I'm going to a large convention center gym full of people. I get it. That's not everybody's speed. I am 100%. Oh, here you go, Morb. Dark Preacher asks, how's the Mooglenomics market going?
Yes. Market's going well so far. I'm set up for another crafting run at the moment that will get me at least 450% ROI. Hopefully it'll even outperform the last one, and we might even break 1,000 ROI for the first time.
Wow. I seem to remember a tweet by you earlier in the week talking about billion with a B.
Well, I looked back at my historical tracking over the last year or so and extrapolated the parts I didn't have data out for, and I've probably pulled in $500 million of net profit
Good
over
grief.
the past year in the game, which makes me really, really sad. I only have 46 million right now in cash.
You poor person. Oh my gosh.
My goal right now is, we know that the next major expansion is happening in June.
Right.
And my goal right now is to make sure all of my gatherers and crafters are fully geared up as much as they can be right now, and to have 100 to hopefully 100 to 150 million in cash ready when the expansion happens.
Dun-dun-dum. Okay, those are all
I
done.
love that story, how you said that you hadn't been playing Black Desert Online for forever. You came back and you were still quite high on the trade leaderboard.
Yeah, in Black Desert, for each profession, like for the processing, for the trading, for the hunting, all that, there's there's leaderboards, and you get like a letter grade if you haven't made it onto the into leaderboard, and I think it's like 30 and up makes it onto the leaderboard. And even after like 4 months and all the North American servers being merged together, I was still like 28 on the leaderboard.
New sponsor. Thank you very much, Blue Fox, for sponsoring the channel. I greatly appreciate it. How's Black Desert Online been doing? I haven't been keeping track of it at all.
I have not been keeping enough track of it to be able to tell you either. The population does seem lower, but then again, I think there's also been a population shift to a different kind of player.
Okay.
Because when it first came out, it was touted as the next big Asian or Korean PvP game, this, that, and the other. It's the PvP will dynamically affect the world, etc. And they made some changes with their cash shop that the PvP players really did not like. But there's so much more to that game than just the PvP aspect to it. I mean, guilds can make a duck ton of money by controlling like gathering nodes, essentially.
Yeah.
And siege warfare and all that. But you don't need to control any nodes. There's no nodes that need to be controlled in order for somebody who just wants to gather stuff and craft stuff and trade and explore the world. I mean, the world is vast. There's no need for the PvP stuff. So I think a lot of the folks that are still playing now are less focused on PvP and more focused on life skills, as it's called, like I am.
Yeah, I was hoping that it would be maybe not a blockbuster, but I kind of hoped it would stick around and at least do good, because
it seems to be doing good if in turmoil.
Yeah.
I think there's a different group of people that are discovering it right now, and they need to be encouraged more than anything else, I think.
Hang on a sec. I think I missed a clever comment. I don't like dealing with people without my wife or a beating stick, says Dark Preacher. Diamond says, same here, Dark Preacher. I don't like humans. I have my boyfriend deal with them. Good plan. I need more mana. Yeah, it's one of those things where even if I'm not playing the game directly, more titles that are good, more competent titles, means more competition within the market itself, and that is always a good thing. So yeah,
To be fair, I think the probably the biggest problem with BDO is not with the game itself. I think it's with the company that develops and markets it outside of Korea. I think it's a business problem more than a problem with the game itself.
Okay. Here we go. First set of upgraded Terra Steel armor helmets. Wow, that is one busy looking helmet. It doesn't even have eye holes on it. I don't know. I kind of feel like one of the aliens. Like from Alien, the movie. What are they called? Xenomorphs? I feel like a xenomorph. Of course, it's open on the back. But hey, whatever. It's not assassin proof. Okay. So it's basically a similar kind of a setup. Which means it would behoove me to make a whole bunch of Terra Steel. Let's do that real quick. Behoove. Very excited about PAX. Very, very excited. I get to see a whole bunch of people again. Forge crafters and leaguers alike. But
and Forge crafters that are leaguers.
Yeah, I'm trying to think. Technically speaking, there are a lot of Forge crafters nowadays that count themselves as members of the league. Like you, Morby.
I was being cute and interjecting.
Yes. Mr. Cutts is. He's not going, but I mean, still, he's a dual state kind of a citizen.
Someday I'll want to meet a Cutts.
I do too. Oh, Mr. Cutts.
Maybe one day I'll afford it.
Yeah. Have you ordered a microphone yet?
I haven't yet. No. I'm also mid finding stuff out about a PC upgrade anyway.
Oh, okay. PC upgrades are good.
I was told was being funded by my parents. They informed me. I decided to do.
You know, you're pretty bad off when your parents say your computer sucks. But yeah, we actually have a lot of ForgeCraft folks that are League folks, and vice versa. So, actually, let me do that. I'm using epic amounts of mana that I'm not being able to keep up with. These things are empty. This portal's going to turn off very quickly. There we go. Okay, put those away for the time being. We do this, this, and this. I'm going to put that there, and I think a Rune of Summer, which is Earth and Air. Earth. And, of course, I don't have any air. Let's go back. Autumn. Fire and air. What is this with all the air runes? Okay, fine. Let's go back to Rune of Summer. I need to make a Rune of Air again, which means I'm going to need string and chicken feathers. Brr. Neon Genesis Evangelion Bagram? What? Is it that bad? Xenomorph or maybe an EVA unit. It has been so long since I've seen anything from Evangelion. I think I've seen the first 2 episodes of that ever and then never watched it again. Because the protagonist in that series gets on my nerves. Sorry. Yeah.
Kind of looks like it has a big nose to me. The front of it. Like a villager nose.
Look who's talking, Mr. Bloomin' Onion Head.
No, but see what I mean? It looks like the front of the helmet looks like a great big villager nose. Just in green. Yeah, exactly.
Okay, I was going to do something. Oh, right. I need not that many feathers. I need some string. I'm going to go over here. Do I need anything before I leave? Carpet. Right. I'm always short on wool. String. Means I need to do this. And then I think it's Yep. Mm-mm. Let's get some of that going. Okay. Awesome. Wow, that deleted their whole message history. The Elven portal doesn't close anymore. If you don't have enough mana, you can't craft without it, though. Oh, okay. Can't craft with it, however. Yeah. So it'll stay open now. It does not have any more maintenance cost. I remember that. I still have that kind of impulse forgetful thing, though.
Yeah, I mean, the only thing the maintenance costs served to do was have people turn it off whenever they didn't need it.
Basically. Okay. So let's get 1, 2, 3.
Is it even possible to selectively remove pieces of AE anymore? Because the wrench doesn't do it, and the network tool from it doesn't do it either.
Don't look at me. I don't know these things.
Boom. There we go. What do you mean selectively remove? Explain that again.
Like, you put multiple pieces of thing, you know how it's like multi-part within a block?
Right.
Like, you can't remove, like, one of them.
Oh, no.
I tried to remove a piece of cable, and you have to break the whole thing now.
Yes. Yeah, if you put the multi-blocks within the same block space, the whole thing goes. Yep.
And that kind of sucks, because you used to be able to do it separately.
There are many things about the 110 existence that I'm not happy on. And that is on the list.
I don't even know what would change to do that.
Hey, Belisa Dominicana. I'm going to go with that pronunciation. Hi. I'm always short on what he says, using most of his wool to make carpet. Exactly. Thank you, Greater Z. Yeah, the multi-part, I'm glad that multi-part is becoming a part of Forge, but it still has a long way to go before it meets up with what multi-part used to be, if that makes sense. Okay, so I need one of those. Gotta go back. First, I need to actually go sleep. Sleepy, sleepy. Come on. Sleep seems to get slower and slower on this server. Okay. Somewhere we should have... Yep, there we go. Melon. Slime balls. What else do I need? And sand. Oh, do we have sand? We have sand in abundance. I think that's all I need. Yep. Awesome. I do want to at least get 2 of these made. And we're going to do Rune of Air. And we need a Rune of Earth. I don't know why, but you get runes back now when you're making other runes.
So isn't it so fiddly as hell like it used to? I can only assume.
Sorry, what?
So it isn't fiddly as hell like it used to be.
That's true. It's just kind of strange that it uses up runes when you make seeds, but it doesn't use up a rune when you make other runes. It seems inconsistent to me. Whoop. More coal. There we go. This is almost done. Dragon Racer says, meh, I like C&B better than multi-part. Sorry, no. I liked C&B. I loved multi-part. Actually, you know what I loved better?
C&D and multi-part?
Carpenter's blocks.
I had performance problems at several points in time with Carpenter's blocks, but I like the concept.
Early on, Carpenter's blocks was very performance heavy, but later on in its life, those really got ironed out pretty well.
They did get a lot better for me too. I just was never quite entirely free of them.
Yeah. I used huge volumes of those things. Would anyone know why my Ian... What? Localizations? Oh, okay. Pahamar's working on some mod thing. Okay, interesting. There's been a lot of optimizations to the mod in the later days, but wow, I gotta say, this armor is... Woo! It's busy. Okay, weird. I used a lot of Carpenter's blocks in really big builds where I was using tons of them, like in the Cathedral build. I had probably several thousand Carpenter's blocks, and it didn't really ding my performance. Now, I did have a higher-end machine, but I mean, it's still a factor of I found Carpenter's blocks to be immensely quicker than chisel and bits. I get the point behind chisel and bits, and I know that you can make a blueprint and make a slope or whatnot, you know, and make that blueprint to to manufacture repeats of that. But, managing the actual bits, I'm sorry, is a pain in the neck. I really hate that aspect of the mod completely. And it is still not as quick as slapping down a carpenter slope and sticking a block on it. It's not. So
if all you want to do is slopes, yeah, definitely Carpenter's blocks is for you, but chisels and bits is there for all the extra things that the rest of it doesn't do.
No, I get that. I do get that. I'm not saying that it is universally superior. I'm just stating from a basic building perspective, I see the reasoning behind, or the rationality behind, using Carpenter's blocks and then going to C&B for the fine detailed work.
Oh yeah, definitely. I like all three of them. Carpenter's blocks. I like marker parts. I like chisels and bits.
Mm-hmm.
They are not replacements for each other in my mind. They are all different use cases.
Yeah. It's just that in my skill set, once upon a time, I used to go to micro blocks first, or multi-part first. Then chisels and bits came out. Carpenter's blocks came out, and I went to Carpenter's blocks first. If I couldn't do something quickly with Carpenter's blocks, then I would start branching out into micro parts. Now, Carpenter's blocks doesn't exist for 110 anymore.
Mm-hmm.
Or for 110, it never got ported. So I am of that. Oh, wow. Big Wayne. New sponsor. It's going to trigger here in just a second. I'm of the mindset of, I still have that in my mind of Carpenter's blocks first, then multi-part or C&B. I like C&B for fine-tuned work on like railings, the railings that Cuts did. We could not have done those railings in standard micro parts or micro blocks. Yeah, that's not a thing. So yeah, definitely. But yay! I still have there it is. I still have that fallback of going to Carpenter's blocks first that I kind of missed. Thank you very much for the sponsorship, Big Wayne. We got 3 new sponsors this evening. Woo!
Good job.
All right. Dark Preacher says, Morby, have you checked out Architecture Craft yet? And you said never heard of it. I haven't either. Yeah.
It's going to be this. It's going to be this place where they have these huge architecturally correct builds and all that, or something like that. And all this after Cuts and I had the whole discussion about maybe you should aim smaller, Morby.
I do kind of admire your huge swaths of ambition for the sake of getting these amazing builds going.
Oh God, is it expensive on the emotions though?
Yeah.
Let me tell you.
That's the thing, is that we live in such an up and down, we live in such an unsettled state right now. We had 1.710 for so long, I had no qualms about starting a big build. Right now, if I was starting a big build for the sake of viewership, like I wanted to share it with people and my viewers, 110 hasn't even settled, and now there's 111 too. and people are updating mods to it, and they're porting.
That you may have hit on at least part of the reason why I haven't Minecrafted much yet in 110.
Yeah, well, you know, it has been a trail of tears and emotion for me as well, needless to say. Let's put those there.
Did you put the Skystone into the system? I can't remember.
The Skystone?
Yes, you did.
The Skystone that I didn't get?
But you moved from the output of the furnace into the
who
thing.
what? You talking about the furnaces that were by the door?
No, the furnace. You looked in the furnace output box, found a load of stacks of Skystone, said, "I'm moving these to the system."
Oh gosh, that was weeks ago. Forgot about that. Yeah, I did. Yes. I was like, what is he talking about? I'm going to put those away. Okay. Let's look and see. I think I now have the parts for this, but I need to generate more mana. No, don't devour my pick. Have a sandwich instead. This is my big qualm right now with Botania. Botania has always been for me a let's hurry up and wait mob. And I despise that inherently in any mod. I cannot conquer that very easily. It takes a heaping amount of, you know, restraint to actually sit down, buckle under, and do, quote unquote, that mod. So yeah, I've never liked that aspect of Botania, but I conquered that by doing large arrays of passive flowers. But when the passive flowers got nerfed, that nerfed my enthusiasm for diving back into Botania deeply. And it's still one of these things where it seems like no matter what kind of mana generation I throw at Botania now, there is some kind of a cooldown timer or a, you know, something that restrains it from really generating the amounts of mana that are needed for somebody that is going through the mod at a regular clip. It is like it expects you to do these large arrays of automated this or tons of, you know, thermal lilies or, you know, endoflames or whatever. And it's just, it's still not my cup of tea. I keep running across barriers where I feel like it's slowing me down.
I love Basky. I love the ideas he comes up with, but I have to admit there are definitely times when I get really tired of him rewriting his mod to change the way that I play.
Yeah. So that's one of the things why I keep coming back to making my own mod packs, is because a lot of these mods have a certain malleability when it comes to settings, and I can adjust those settings as needed. Like there's overgrowth seeds. I put a recipe in for overgrowth seeds in my pack. Somebody's going to tease me for it. Somebody's going to hate on me for it. Don't care. It makes it playable for me. So let's see. Architecture Craft has functionality that is similar to Carpenter's blocks. Okay, so it is a mod that adds those shape blocks like Carpenter's does.
Interesting.
Yeah. I used it to spice up my patron shrine in Quest for Sanctuary, says Preacher. Yeah. So yes. Okay. Awesome. Cuts, how are things coming on your end?
I have a controller. I have a drive bay. I'm going to be making a cell now.
Prison cell? Psych ward cell?
Storage cell.
Oh, storage cell, right. Well, we are actually in the last 15 minutes of the live stream. It has flown by. Let's go over here and see what kind of progress he is making. Maybe we'll actually be able to start working on the AE2 system next week and start pulling cables. Maybe. Oh my gosh. Oh yeah, I recognize this thing. I always thought this was a neat design for a block, visually speaking. The slowly pulsating, rotating colors for the ME controller. I always thought that was cool.
It can really benefit from using the interpolation tag now. It would be a lot smoother.
I don't know what you just said.
There's a thing the textures makes it between the frames, so it would do a smooth fade instead of being only a few frames.
Oh.
It generates frames that would fit in between instead, or just for you automatically.
It's Minecraft.
Prismarine does it.
It's Minecraft. Smoothness and refinement inherently creep me out.
Prismarine does it. Prismarine very, very slowly changes color.
I rest my case. It's the impossible objects in extra utilities. I don't think they're in XU2. I can't remember.
I don't know.
Yeah, but the impossible object's one of those things where it's like a perfect sphere as an orb. Well, relatively perfect sphere. It just, no. I can't decorate with those. There's like some kind of a weird, like, I don't know, commandment in the religion that I'm a part of. I don't know what it is. It just looks odd in a Minecraft build. Always bothered me.
This is where I make buildings large enough that you don't notice it's a circle.
Well, no, that's the thing, though. I get it on scale. That comes down to, pixel graphics, zooming out, basically. But when you're talking about a normal, everyday-sized builds, houses, fences, front yards, whatever the case may be, barns, it looks weird using stuff like that to decorate. So, yeah. Okay, so you have the inscribers set up back here. And these have the various plates for the presses. You've got, what do you have, filters set up on these things with item conduit filters. Okay, cool. Going in and pulling out. So only specific things get sent in there. Oh, it's doing something. I just saw that top would kick to life. And I see two vanilla chests. Well, vanilla. I see two quark chests here. What
left one there is the receiving bit. The top one is just for like putting partially completed components in. It's not part of the automation.
Okay. Yeah.
The left one, the interface is pointed at, so anything from its crafting recipes, all the components end up in there, and then are more traditionally sorted to all the places they need to go.
Right. So this is basically, it goes into this chest, and that's where it pulls into the ME system.
Other way around. The interface put things in there when it does a crafting job.
The interface dumps into the chest. The chest then dumps it down to the various destinations it needs to go.
Yeah, and then everything gets pushed back into the interface to put it back into the network. So all of this crafting is one channel off that single interface.
That's cool. Okay.
And plus 3 more channels for these 3 level emitters, which currently don't have their setting. But what they're going to do is they will... Therefore, the 3 purified crystals.
Mm-hmm.
Right, and what happens is that they have crafting cards. They don't have crafting cards in them yet, but they will, and it'll be set to emit when crafting. The idea being that while the system is wanting to craft any one of the 3 of them, the growth accelerators are turned on, so they're not drawing power when it's not crafting.
Cool. So this whole setup over here on the left with the growth accelerators is technically idle right now, or at least we will get it to where it is that way.
It is off.
Okay.
It's off right now.
Okay. So yeah, that's cool, which means power usage only goes up when we're crafting stuff that is requiring the growth chamber.
Correct.
Cool. I like that. That's neat, man. Okay.
That's 3 of the 4 channels. If that wasn't a consideration, it would only be 1 channel for all of it.
And all these inscribers are basically just using straight up Ender IO power conduits, right?
Correct.
Yeah. Okay. Seems to work.
Yeah,
fine.
they're standard machines. They just also take power from enemy network. They're not network pieces. Yeah. And the other thing is the drive.
And
which, to be honest, if we're doing it right, we'd probably only need 1 drive because we'll stuff.
Yeah. First of all, I'm seeing people saying dire wire. First of all, I hate the phrase dire wire, and I am 100% positive that Direwolf20 hates it as well. But he puts up with it because it's a gag that his fans like to joke with him about. But when it comes down to it, this is not dire wire. This is functional. It is separated out. We cannot have...
Show me how you can have it closer together without them overlapping and getting in the way of each other.
Yeah,
all these things attached to the various sides are required because it's based on which side you push in and out of.
This isn't dire wire, folks, and that's a phrase you need to stop throwing around. I personally find it extremely rude. It's not a joke anymore.
Yeah,
I mean, I know it looks a bit messy, but...
I have seen someone say it in his presence, in his physical presence,
Yeah.
and I have seen the sigh and the rolling of the eyes that goes with that remark. So he doesn't like it.
Yeah, that's something I rally against every time somebody does that, whether I'm around him or not. It's not fair. I get that everybody teases Dyer for not being the aesthetic building guy. Different Minecraft players have different styles. Direwire isn't the thing, and everybody needs to drop it.
It's not very. It's not nice, that great to look at, and it's pretty messy. But floor up in a side room from where we're spending most of our time, so it doesn't really matter.
This has spatial necessity, though. It has to be separated out like this. We have to have different conduits going to different destinations. This is not Direwire, inherently by definition, much less the fact that Direwire is a rude statement.
Vagrant Vision has been requested.
Yeah, I just saw that phrase scroll by in chat. Hang on a sec. So, yeah, this is the thing, is that I get what you're talking about. I get how Direwire is construed as kind of funny. To be brutally honest, it should be called Soren Wire if you really want to tease somebody. He's way worse about it. Soren is the guy that has actually killed the server because he was so reckless in his cabling setup that it cost us TPS and almost tanked the entire world.
He's not the only one, but he's certainly one of the regular offenders.
Yeah. So
I think I've picked 3 colors on these conduits that you'll be able to tell the difference from by brightness. I think. I'm not entirely sure.
What are you talking about?
Like, there's 3 different color settings for the ins and outs of conduits on this system, and I think you'd be able to tell them apart by the brightness, but I'm not sure.
Are you talking about the little arrows?
Yeah.
Oh, those arrows are lost on me. I can't tell any of those apart. That's the point, though. I can right-click on the interface and check it in the interface, so it doesn't bother me. As long as I can get the information somewhere, I'm okay. I don't complain. Yeah. Okay.
Because I got 3 different ways. Because there's stuff that comes into the chest, from the birch chest on the left to the hopper and the left side of the stack of 4 inscribers.
Right.
Red, which comes out of the right side of the ME interface and out of the right side of the 4 inscribers into the left and the bottom and the top of the other inscriber. And blue, which comes out the right of the top inscriber and out the vacuum chest into the interface again.
See, this is one of the perfect examples of why I still hold that Ender IO conduits, I'm going to say item conduits specifically, but in general, I think Ender IO conduits are some of the best power and item moving conduits and fluid moving conduits in the modded world right now, full stop, period.
I just wish it didn't require so much proprietary infrastructure to be able to build them.
Yeah, the mod is designed to be standalone. And he did a certain amount of it but he did a certain amount of it to make it so that it's not as easy as let's just snap a couple of conduits together, because he wanted people to get into the mod a little bit more and not just hit the conduits and leave. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I mean, like, an advanced item filter needing like 5 different machines is a bit of a pain in the butt.
An advanced item filter needs 1 machine.
Well, if you include the other parts of it. No, it doesn't. It needs at least 2.
No, technically speaking, you're right. Actually, yes, you need a sag mill to grind up something to make silicon. But then
3.
Then you need the slice and splice. What do you mean?
It also needs solarium, so you need an alloy furnace.
Yeah, but technically speaking, solarium can actually be made by other mods. So can actually silicon. If you get into immersive engineering, you technically don't have to make any of the machines except the slice and splice and the soul binder.
Solarium can be made in the arc furnace or the alloy smelter.
Is it? I just saw a recipe for it somewhere else.
It's an alloy for soul sand and gold.
Yeah. So, well, there's at least that. So it is the fact, though, that, I mean, when it comes down to it, you have, I think, 3, maybe 4 machines that are an absolute necessity in the whole mod. It's not bad. I mean, when you start looking at, in comparison to IC2, that's nothing. So
yeah, I suppose I'm mostly kind of.
In comparison,
like the different stages of it as well. Like you need this, which is a machine chassis, which needs the capacitor, which is another fiddly thing.
Next time,
after it's awkward to get going early on.
Next time, after we reset, we're going to do everything only with immersive engineering. And I want to hear you scream in pain after doing that and comparing it back to this. Please. Because that mod is... Ender IO's got nothing compared to immersive engineering. So yeah.
Oh, well, no. I mean, I'm not holding up that as a comparison.
Yeah, I'm just saying, though.
Immersive engineering is...
Yeah. It's... There are steps required with Ender IO. I get that. But it is still nothing compared to a lot of other mods out there. Mods we have on this server. So... Morby says, now I want
think the biggest annoyance of being is you can't really do much automation with them early on simply because you need an ender pearl to make the item conduits.
That's a fault of 110 and the evolution of Minecraft, not Ender IO. Because ender pearls were way easier to get in 1.6.4 and 1.7.10. Way easier to get.
Well, only because of other mods providing them, really. They've
Dude,
always been a rare thing in vanilla.
I could get an ender sword, the ender. I could get one of those and go out and get at least half a stack of actual ender pearls from legitimate spawning in the wild enderman pretty easily over a couple of nights of hunting in a dark forest. Not really hard. I have a hard pressed time doing that nowadays. I'm actually going to go up here and sleep real quick. It's nighttime and we're about to stop. Yes, Shadow Ops, this is called Vagrant Vision. This is actually how I see everything. I'm black and white. Why is it black and white? Yeah. This is my world. I am supremely colorblind. By the time you get to steel and immersive engineering, there's no point in carrying on with the mod. I wouldn't go that far. It's just the factor of it has such a requirement for like the plate stamping machine, and you have to have the various furnaces to make metal alloys, much less make the actual creosote and get, you know, all the various parts for like coke ovens and da-da-da-da-da. There are so many large multi-blocks, and you have to make multiples of those multi-blocks if you really want to progress at any kind of a pace in immersive engineering, which is basically the other big tech mod that we have that has a similar set of features. Not identical, but similar. So, you know, there is a different gearing in that. I get that. It is apples and oranges because immersive engineering is supposed to have a bit more of a difficulty curve. It's supposed to be larger. It's supposed to require more space, more power. It's supposed to be louder. I'm hip. So you can't just say this to that. But if you have both those mods in a pack, you're likely going to either be starting off with Ender IO or you're going to be starting off with immersive engineering. You're going to pick early on. What do I want to put my early game to? Then after I get some resources, I get some more doubling, get things settled up, then I can start branching out into other things. That's at least how I do it. So, yeah, it is hard, but I still attest to the fact that, you know, while you do need a lot of Ender IO stuff to get the conduits, it's the same thing can be said for just about any other mod. If I want the power infrastructure of IC2, I have to make, you know, metal cutting machines and wire pulling machines, and it's actually the same machine, but whatever. You know, and their power generation and et cetera, et cetera. It's just the nature of the beast. I'm going to switch back real quick.
I was gonna say time.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Yeah, it's for both immersive and IC2. Yeah, biodiesel's a pain to make, says Big Wayne. Pied Piper says they actually like the grind in immersive engineering. Yeah, and I'm not saying that any of these mods is a particularly bad mod. They all aim at different player bases and different play styles. It's just that mine happens to jive more closely with Ender IO because of that compact functionality and the fact that I could hide fluid pipes and I could hide power conduits and item conduits all within a one block space that could be a support pillar for a house. And I can still make the space around it beautiful. That's a big deal to me. So yeah. Okay. Mr. Cuts has made great progress. I fiddled around with Botania.
We have functioning storage.
Yeah. Oh yeah, do we actually have a drive? It's been so long since I've looked at one of these things. Yeah. Bytes used and then types, but for the purpose this is going to be used, that's fine, right?
Yeah. I figure that since we're using a lot of drawer arrays and stuff like that anyway.
Yeah.
That it'll probably end up in the same way, like most of the mass storage done through drawers, and then this for odds and ends.
Yeah, we'll have a couple of small, medium-sized drives for odds and ends.
I mean, I've never used more than about 4 of the 4K drives. I've always done all of the bulk storage in other systems which are more suited to bulk storage, and used little-ish drives for.
I usually end up making 1 or 2 16K drives, and then kind of stopping there, and using a lot of like drawers and stuff. Anyway.
And I probably mean the 16s, the yellow ones, the second level ones, whatever.
Yeah, exactly. So okay. We're going to call it here. I do keep my live streams at 2 hours because it actually makes things easier on the YouTube processing side of things. The longer over that 2-hour mark we go, the longer it takes to get reposted so other people can view. It's also one of the big reasons why I keep chat up on screen, so it is still participatable by those viewing after the fact. They can see what we're talking about. They can see all the trolls. Yeah, the models in immersive engineering make it worth the grind in my mind. I don't get that, Pied Piper, because to me, the machines are too big. I'm not a fan of multi-block for the sake of multi-block. That's me.
It depends how you build a house, though, because if you build it as a factory, it can look spectacular. But generally, if you're just trying to build a functional house, it's awkward as heck.
Well, that's the thing, though, is that you have one design aspect. Let's go factory. Everything else, those machines don't fit in. And it is getting to where now, and this is spouting off in some of my personal beliefs that do not line up with everybody else on ForgeCraft, and I'm hip with this. I have a certain amount of, like, I am the Minecraft server equivalent of, I guess, a tree hugger, so to speak. A server is a very, very precious commodity, and it's getting harder and harder to run a smooth server in modded Minecraft. Every version that we go along is worse about memory usage, and it does get better over the course of the version. But then we jump to the next version, and it's you know, while it was getting better, we jump up to the next version, it's worse again. And CPU usage is going up, memory usage is skyrocketing because of the changes Mojang put in. So I am always very economical in thought about how can I occupy the least number of chunks, the least amount of resources. And when you have to spread out in such a massive base to accommodate for a few machines for immersive engineering, it's just not my style. I'm not saying it's a bad mod. I'm just saying it's
unless you're talking about the area that you're chunk loading, there's not much of a difference.
What do you mean?
Well, I mean, while you're in the base, you're already loading a massive area around you because you're a player, so you have like 11 by 11 area around you.
Yeah, no, I see what you're saying. Yes, and that is true while I'm in the base. But while I'm offline, that's one of the entire points about servers. That's where a lot of the big perks comes in, is being able to chunk load this part of the base and this part of the base. The larger the machines are, the more space you inherently have to chunk load just to get that automation up and going and keep it going. And you know, I'm not saying that this makes the mod bad by any stretch of the imagination. It's just not a good fit for me and my perspective. That's where I am. So yeah.
But again, though, except for the actual memory footprint of the chunk itself being loaded, i.e. holding onto the blocks,
right,
there isn't actually much difference between 10 machines in one chunk versus 10 machines spread across 10 chunks. It's mostly the amount of stuff in absolute terms, because it's the
on paper,
tile entities doing their thing.
On paper, I see what you're talking about. In practice, on a server that's got overworld and it's got tunnels going under your base and monsters spawning in those tunnels when people are nearby, if you leave, those monsters don't despawn, but they stay around in the tunnels. There's a lot more general world space that is being maintained and kept alive. I see what you're talking about. In an absolute, let's go build a base in the void. Yes. Mathematically speaking, you're 100% true. When you factor
there is more, but most of it comes from the machines being concentrated.
Again, in actual practice, it doesn't work that way on a server. Not that I've actually been seeing over the last couple of years. But that's another conversation we can have another time. There's a lot of problems with Minecraft server performance nowadays that I could really go on a diatribe about. When's New Year? Is that Sunday night?
Yeah, New Year's Eve is Saturday night. New Year's Day is Sunday.
Okay, so Saturday night I am going to be live streaming again. Don't know what I'm going to do. It probably will not be ForgeCraft. Maybe we could step on the test server for VC4. I don't know. We'll see. I'm going to wing it, but there is going to be a live stream probably starting shortly after dinner my time, so probably 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock CST. And just keep your eyes open. I will announce things on Twitter. Otherwise, have a good evening, and I will see you folks later. Bye.